while, eh?
This is our quarterly.
Yeah. Become an annual thing soon.
Q1 was quite good, man. Aye.
We got about 20 views Q1.
Sit, mate, performing well beyond where we should be. Really hitting the KPIs, getting the return on the investments, and buy. That's it. Merch through the ceiling. I'm
scared to email the guy ask for another hoodie. He's like, what the fuck are you?
No, surely they still keep that stuff.
Aye, I'd imagine so. But
There's an advert for them on the radio, by the way.
Aye, workwear PPE.
Workwear, aye. You can get like Bergos and all that and North Face stuff.
Really?
Mate, once obviously when your returns for your views and the way YouTube works and they transfer your money a bit late, once we got all that money in, man, we should really get like Gucci vans or something.
Gucci hats, aye.
Gucci hats.
Yeah, that's the effect we mentioned in the podcast, but Ali Wright, she's filming the Big Boots next week, isn't she?
Aye, she's doing George's job. I think that's probably why we're trying to do a podcast, to try and write it out, isn't we?
Ali, remember us? Can you share it, please?
Going to just do us a wee favour and tell somebody about it. They're doing it. You know, usually Clyde Wans when George Bowie takes a day off, they don't do the 5k minute. They're still doing the 5k minute, I know.
Must be right, yeah.
As of recording on the 8th of April, the 5k minute was won this morning.
Was it?
Mm-hmm. One of the hardest questions, I think, was the smallest bone in the body.
Oof. I know it's wrong, but I was going to say like a metacarpal.
That's what I was thinking. Aye, but it's the ear. See, if it wasn't on me, it definitely would be, man.
You've got tiny ears.
So small, man. So small. You're alright. You can.
Aye. Do you know your ears never stop growing?
Aye. That's how I'm quite happy I've got wee ones.
I've just went on dark all of a sudden. Get my wee ring light sorted. There we go.
Setting the mood. Right, what's been happening with you about the last 3 months? 3 months, is that right? 4? 3?
Well, was just the start of January, wasn't it? Just the turn of the year. So
I'm not here. I took notes of a couple of things I was thinking about.
Very professional.
You go, aye, that's me. But as you can see, you're professional.
Aye, but it's going to do that thing where you meet somebody you've not seen since school and you're like, what's been happening? They're like, nothing, mate. Just nothing in 15 years.
I went into my mum's to drop stuff off and she wasn't in, so the next door neighbour was just coming out. So he was talking to us and he's like, what's been happening with you? Not what, mate. Only had another Wayne, stay across there, get a new motor, 3 different jobs since I last seen you, but it's nothing, mate. Nothing.
I think it's a pure Scottish thing, though, isn't it?
Aye. Everything all right? Aye. Swimming in debt, no job, life's in a pure tassel, raging alcoholic, taking heroin, but absolutely.
It's because you imagine like saying that in somebody in America or something, like, what have you been doing? They would literally tell you everything.
Aye, that is the show that there's like, it might be an American show, but it's like people ask you if you're alright, and it's like, do you want me to tell you what's up with me, or do you want me just to say the polite, I'm fine, thanks?
Well, big things are hard for you, obviously.
I had an Halloween, aye. A wee girl.
We should definitely blame that again. We blamed it on Paul being pregnant that we didn't date so often, and we're blaming it on
the birth of the end of the pregnancy and the work that you need to put in.
Aye. To be fair, it's valid. That's why we've set a date, haven't we?
Paul's done most of the work since the Wayne's been born, really, but I mean, we'll blame it on that, aye. That's a good blame.
Aye, why not? But anyway, big things have happened.
What other big things?
Big things.
What you got to tell me? If I actually, you don't talk about things before. I feel like, what is happening?
The biggest thing that's happened this year. Give me one of them.
Will Smith slapped I get I think he's possibly other than Kevin Hart, because Kevin Hart's been really working hard the past 10 years. That is the biggest ever comedian you could slap. Apart from maybe an Eddie Murphy.
What about Dave Chappelle?
You wouldn't slap. Aye, they were on a par. Because I remember Kevin Hart telling a story when him and Chris Rock went to a club and they were trying out material and they'd been sweating, they've got bits of paper, all right, you go up, right, okay, and I went quite well. Chris Rock goes up and he goes, oh, man, you're really killing it. And Dave Chappelle turns up, nothing in his horns. He's like, can I jump up? And I'm like, and you go. And he goes up and pure crushes it. And two of them look at each other and just rip up the material and throw it away. But that's how good Dave Chappelle is.
He is.
He wouldn't do anything like that. He would never do anything like that. It's too mainstream. He's too...
he's...
To that world, he can do whatever he wants.
Do you know, there was two things that annoyed me the most about that. Was, first of all, why you hitting a comedian? For fuck's sake, he's telling a joke. And second of all, can you imagine if that was fucking Dwayne Johnson up there doing that? He would have nowhere near got up on that stage.
No.
I think he knew Chris Rock. He was a much bigger guy, much like, and he knew Chris Rock when he done it into him. I thought it was quite shit.
I thought at first it's a pure setup because his ticket sales for his new gig went 25-fold. So he's made a lot of money off it. And he's going through a divorce, so he's got to pay for that.
It's a lot of money.
There's a video online that a body language expert, and he explains like why he's done it. No, why he's done it. Whether it was fake or no, he was kind of telling you why.
Where it was from him.
Aye. So he comes up and he slaps Chris Rock, and people he leaned into it, and he's like, well, somebody who stands with their hands behind their back, showing confidence, and they're showing that they're not threatened by the approach because they're exposing their full chest and their vital organs. And then when he slaps him, he rapidly blinks his eyes, and they say when you rapidly blink your eyes, you're trying to process what's happened. And then Chris Rock spoke in past tense, saying that was the greatest moment in TV history. Although it just happened there and then, he's speaking because he's already thought through everything and the repercussions of him maybe trying to hit him back. Or imagine he did. Imagine he went, started rolling about.
That would have been...
Oh, mate. It would be much better. He would have sold out his tour.
Mate, one of the funniest things to come out, have you seen Ricky Gervais talking about it? Because obviously Ricky Gervais hosted... That was a very quick beer, by the way, didn't you say? Ricky Gervais obviously hosted it 5 times. And then the last time he absolutely destroyed.
Aye.
And he said he was talking about fucking paedophiles in Hollywood. He was talking about that, and he said a fucking G.I. Jane joke. And I get, see when people say, "I should have alopecia." One, I don't think he knew that. And, you know, and even if he did, it's no that fucking. It's no.
It's a compliment. G.I. Jane, she's quite hot and she's pure.
Aye.
And she's like a pure. But if you were to describe what women are looking for in the world, that's the kind of women they're like. She's doing manly things and equal opportunities and all that.
Aye, I just thought it was bizarre. See, first as well when I first heard about it, because me and Samuel were speaking about it, and my first instinct was, "Oh, I can't speak for speaking about his wife," and then when I literally took a second to hear, I'm like, "Oh, it's a fucking joke." Like, some of the stuff that Frankie Boyle says, or some of the stuff that Ricky Gervais says, I'm like...
Joe Rogan was like, whoever he had on the podcast when he was talking about it, he's
guy with the big beard.
Next year, they were kind of like, one was, for the sake of argument's sake, pro and one was con. He was like, well, are you going to host it? And like, who is he going to come up to you and try and slap you? And he's like, he'd throw him in an armbar and triangle choke hold or something.
That's what I mean. I thought he was very selective because he knew who it was that was up there.
You'll never be able to know because they're not going to run 10 different comedians. But I thought rehearsals and stuff like that, they kind of get told, listen, they're going to say this, they're going to say that, like, be prepared, are you okay with it? Because he laughed at first.
That's what got me as well.
His relationship's not the greatest with his wife.
She is a fucking zoomer.
A zoomer?
Have you seen all the stuff about her?
I know she's heavy in love with Tupac, yeah?
Aye. And she cheated on him and then got him on a fucking a show to talk about it in front of the world.
Red tables sort of.
Aye, something like that. And I'm like, she's a bit of a crackpot. But then you can see her rolling her eyes, but he laughs. That's what annoys me. So I'm like, right, well, you clearly thought it was funny. It's just a joke. And she's leaned in and said something clearly. And then even when he slaps him, when he walks away, he looks all smug and then sits down and starts shouting.
See, that's what the body language expert said. When he walked away and he was purely like kind of laughing a wee bit. he was like, if Will Smith, who's been in multiple films, I don't know how many awards he's won, but he's been in blockbusters. If he wanted to sell that to you as he was meaning to do that, and it was a setup, he would have never been smiling as he walked away for that situation. I just don't get why he went for
a slap.
The way he done it and all, it was deadly.
For the
with the horn up and all that.
If you watched Joe Rogan, he was like, and it's true, he's like, he thinks he's a character in a movie.
He's so disconnected.
He's so disconnected. It's unbelievable.
Fair enough, isn't he?
But I always thought Will Smith was kind of one of the alright ones. Like,
indeed.
Aye. Never really watched much of him, to be fair.
But see, like, everything he kind of touches turned to gold, didn't it? Like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, then he done the Ali movie, he done
I Am Legend.
He's done I Am Legend, he's done...
That have you seen the new film? The King Richard, the one he won the Oscar for? Oh, brilliant, man.
Good, aye.
Really good.
Like, does he know this, the Williams sisters' dad or something?
Aye, Serena and Venus' dad. But he said that I get kind of caught his eye about the actual story. So Serena and Venus
are locked in a room with just a tennis court and
no, but I didn't realise they grew up in Compton, which is obviously a shithole. And there was like one tennis court and a certain amount of radius. That was some, by the way, put your blind back up. That's
a nice view, isn't it?
That is a nice view.
Oh, yeah. Bears Den recently.
Lower Bears Den.
Lower Bears Den. Middle. I noticed that just as I shut the blind, it caught my eye a wee bit.
Aye. Oh. Well, that's a thumbnail. Just point to the window and maybe that's the thumbnail. So
Compton.
So far that's right enough, is it?
No, it's close.
Minus the guns. Or maybe there is, I don't know. So Richard Williams, what his name is he before he had the two girls, I think this is what kind of baffled me, and I didn't believe it as well. So he said that he turned to his wife one day and he was like, we're going to have two girls or two kids and they're going to be world tennis champions. And obviously everybody's like, what? No bother, mate. Especially living in Compton where there's like fucking one tennis court that's covered in dog shit and leaves.
It's concrete as well, probably.
But then when they were young, he spent like every day after school practice, and he learned about tennis. He didn't have a clue about tennis, and then just learned everything. And I think the part of the film's quite accurate to what actually happened. But he would pester all these top tennis coaches to try and get them to train them for free because they couldn't obviously afford to spend 20 grand a week or whatever, a month or whatever on.
Is that how much tennis lessons cost?
Maybe, don't know, but a lot of money.
Tennis coaches and I've not seen it. I didn't even know he'd done the movie, mate. I'm pure out of touch with movies. The only reason I've heard music's through work, like I heard about Ed Sheeran and the whole court case and stuff.
What's that?
He won that apparently, and it's all about like, don't just pay people off and prove your point. And
what was he getting sued for?
I think it was like the hook in one of his recent songs. I can't remember the song because I'm that out of touch of things.
Oh, like plagiarism?
I get done for like stealing a guy's song. Some school with him. I'd just be making it up, mate, if I try and make an effort to. Some dude said, mate, that's my song. You've made about 20 million off it. Geez the money. And he's went,
no.
Take you to court, mate. We're going to go the full way here. And he won it. But now he video records all his rehearsals and all his songwritings so that he can just, if it ever comes back up, he can go, there's December 13th, 2022. There's me writing, practicing, rehearsing, creating a song. That's the song. So you're talking shite.
Aye. It's a shame you didn't fucking do that, wasn't it? Do you remember...
if I was getting his dough,
I know.
You alright, wasn't it?
Remember that Robin Thicke and Pharrell Williams song?
Aye.
They lost all the money by that.
Oh yeah, didn't he get one?
Was it Marvin Gaye, wasn't it? Marvin Gaye's family or something?
The Gay Estate.
The Gay Estate.
That's what it be.
What a name.
Flaming.
Aye. That. See the thing though, see when you listen to a lot of songs, like they all use the fucking. There's only a certain amount of chords you could use in the guitar, so Ed Sheeran's going to come across one certain
chord that's resembling a song of some sort.
Or some melody that sounds kind of similar to something else.
Song, Hamish and Andy podcast, The Boys of Australia, they do song sleuth. So somebody will email them saying, this new song sounds a bit like this song, put them together. And mate, a lot of the time when they put them together, it does sound very, very similar. There was that song that's in the charts now. Oh, I wish I never said that sentence. And
I know what you're talking about, because there's been a few the last few years.
It's just a re-release.
Is it the Elton John one?
No. It's I'll never see you again.
Oh, yeah. But it's just different words.
Me, don't sue me.
That's us not getting our fucking YouTube money now.
You're devastated. It's a copy of that. But I don't know if songs only last so long when it comes to a copyright or something like that, or maybe they ask permission. Can I use that? Because nothing else out. I need to get a song out, you know.
Aye, maybe.
Charlie XCX, I think that one is.
Charlie XCX.
I'm not too sure.
Aye, but you should watch the film, even though Will Smith went right down in my estimations.
We're talking, he's left the Academy now, so he'll never be up for an Academy.
Aye, he's won his Oscar, he's fucking off. Aye, very good.
Aye, so there are also whispers that we talked about in the radio today that he might try and take it off him.
Alright.
There's people, did Ryan send that in the whole, an Indian woman won some sort of award and she asked for Aborigines or native people of the United States to stop being oppressed in their movies. So all the movies, Cowboys and Indians, and John Wayne tried to run up on the stage and all that, and like peaks and troughs in it. Chris Rock was not going to be pure devastated about getting slapped and selling out nearly every single seat in his US tour because of it. And then he said when he comes out and speaks about it, which will probably be on Joe Rogan, I assume, it'll be funny but also have a serious twist on what he, because I don't, when he put his horns behind his back, he kind of leaned forward a wee bit. I'm like, I don't know if he knew it was going to happen, but when you watch the body language expert and he kind of speaks about it, it's like this and this reason. That's why I don't think it's set up.
Nah, I know what you mean. No, when you first watch it, you're like, what? But
because it's so
bizarre,
bizarre, better.
The biggest stage that you can get in fucking awards, then does that. But I would love to for it to been somebody else, like a bigger guy. I just don't think he would have done it.
Chris Rock can throw his weight about.
Aye, but the two weights are different, aren't they? Will Smith's a big boy.
He's 6 foot odd, isn't he?
Aye.
Do you think you'd batter him?
No.
You think Will Smith would batter you?
Aye. I could batter both at the same time.
No. You grab his legs, I'll grab his arms.
I'll just slap him, mate. Aye. That was passport. That's definitely going to be the biggest thing that's happened this year, isn't it?
Unless Rangers win Europa League. Aye.
Right, mate. That brings us on to the next biggest thing that happened this year.
Rangers have made
Rangers just crumbling, man.
They didn't even play a fucking striker yesterday. Fashion Sakala's not really a striker.
Roof?
Yeah, he came on at 60 odd minutes.
Did Roof not start?
No. I think he played Kent, Fashion Junior and Artfield in the front three. And then he played like an Aribo. God.
Oh, no, it was Aribo, Kamara and Lundstrom, wasn't it? No, Jack.
Mm-hmm.
He played Aribo didn't start, he came on.
Aye, you might be right, mate.
Aye, it was Tavernier, Goldson.
Pardon me, so sorry, mate. Lineups, here we go.
Let me see if I can get it.
McGregor, Bassey, Balogun, Goldson,
Right.
Lundstrom, Kamara, Artfield, Sakala, Kent.
Artfield
played.
Artfield.
Because of my lisp. Aye, not one shot on target.
It's bad. To be fair, I thought like the first few minutes, I think he's looked a bit uncomfortable, and then Braga get that goal that was disallowed. And to be fair, it was a foul. So
aye, but I pure love VM. It's the best thing ever.
Aye. and then I still fucked you anyway. But the whole firm, I take it that, like, obviously we spoke that day, but I was on another planet, so
Yeah, no, you're in Jupiter or something. Crumbled, aye.
I really feared the worst. Even you scored that early goal, I thought, that's
I
us.
think it's probably the worst thing we could have done.
Scored early?
In the league this season, Rangers seem to rest on their laurels after they score. Seems to be they don't kick on.
Aye.
But for some reason in Europe, I feel like they know the game's not over, but it should be the exact same when it comes to playing Celtic. They should be getting confidence, kicking on, still keep performing, still keep doing the stuff that you've done to get the goal. But you just pure seen that, like, Bassey slipped. He should have wiped McGregor out well before he got anywhere near the box. Take the yellow, get a free kick. This is me, Dafty Heed for the drum. No idea about that sort of level. Lower person. So the 2 goals that Celtic scored were easily preventable. Just 2 mistakes that Rangers made and cost them, didn't it? It wasn't as if it was like the Old Firm before that. There was well feed maybe done that. He'd pumped us easy peasy. Snoozed into the semi-final next week.
I think the goal, the first goal with McGregor's run, it's like, they probably should have done better. But I thought when the ball came out to Hatate and he hit the shot, McGregor like palmed it in right into Rogic. I thought he could have done much better. Aye.
But for the second goal with the header, he's headed it back into where there's hundreds of people.
That was Starfelt. Starfelt got the header?
No, it was above Starfelt.
No, it wasn't. Watch it back. Honest to God, it was Starfelt that knocked it back.
Was it? I thought it
was. So did I. I thought it was Rangers played as well. But you watched it back. Starfelt got the last touch on it.
Right. I thought he lit onto Starfelt's head.
Oh, maybe. Maybe he did.
And it hit him and it went in. But maybe, who knows?
But they should have defended it better anyway. Exactly. Like, regardless.
Who's the boy who plays up front?
Maida.
Is that the shaved head? Mate. I'd have him in my team. I would have a deck chair out if I was in his team. Just sit. There's no need to run.
Mate, see, the best thing about Maida is all the videos that have come out, and it's like there's a guy put one out and he's like, Maida, when he's Maida doing his housework. It's like this guy just running about like fucking as fast as he can, like timing himself and all that. It's brilliant.
Aye. That's like I've started doing that. Can you go get that from me? No. I'll time you.
It's the best tool, isn't it?
Yeah, I remember my mum doing it to me about easily. I can remember a dozen times clear as day. So I used to stay about 10 minutes for like my granddad's. I had a bike, so it was only about 5. And I'll go, can you rip down to your granddad's and grab X, Y, and Z? Right, okay. Then I'd be like, are you going to time me? Right, I'll time you.
Doesn't bother. 4 minutes.
Ready? Best. Nearly beat it. You forgot to get that. Oh, right, I'll time you this time.
Have you tried it with Emerson as well?
Aye. That's what I'm saying. I've started
doing it. I know, I'm kidding on it. As if you were doing it with Paula.
Yeah.
Go make dinner. I'll time you.
Bye.
Right, big question for you. Gio.
He had a full season, mate. He's not got his own players in. He's got to get next season.
Aye, no, I agree. He shouldn't be getting sacked, but
I don't think. On you go. Sorry, I'm not letting you ask a question. I'm presuming
when he came in, there's been a 12-point swing since he's come in.
Good.
So Celtic were 6 points behind, now 6 points ahead.
So Ange's a bit. He's mental, isn't he? He's
brilliant, man.
He's hard to dislike. He's so hard to dislike, mate. He's so cool, man. Like, his ethos is just press. It's hard because you're like, if Rangers were a wee bit fitter, or blah, blah, blah. I think Celtic's downfall when you're in Europe this year's because the fitness levels are a bit. See the last 20 minutes, they'll know what they are in the first 20. So Celtic are trying to beat teams in the first 20 minutes, half an hour, because they're pure intense. Whereas teams in Europe are a lot better at holding the ball, playing possession, a lot more fluid.
Aye.
So it's no Gio's fault that's kind of been his downfall, that Celtic are just too good, don't they? They're just...
I think people are just questioning, because when you look at him under Gerrard, right, he inherited Gerrard's team, who won the league last year. There was very little changes in the side, and they were ahead. And then it's the mentality, I think, that's much different. So when Ange, you can tell the players want to play for Ange. Mm-hmm. Whereas with Gio, I don't know, they just look like they look like us under Neil Lennon.
They're disjointed, mate. He's got his ethos. He's a bit Dutch ethos. He done well. Was it Feyenoord, wasn't it?
Aye.
So he done well with them. So he's just not got his stamp on the team yet. He's kind of trying to force a team that Gerrard's built, and they played by Gerrard. Even when Gerrard, before he left, they weren't doing.
They weren't. No, that's true.
They were falling apart. So you're kind of like, you can't judge Gio on a team that he's no built. He brought in, who'd they bring in January?
Aaron Ramsey, Diallo, and James. Is it James Sands? Something Sands. And then the Polish right back that's not played. I played one game against Alloa, I think it was.
See, that's how it's good that I can go, who they bring in? No idea who you brought in. And you can just do that for me. So he's brought in 4 players, 5 possibly. None of them have made big giant stamps in the team, and you go, wow, like you can't do that. And because he took here mid to end October.
Aye, something like that. It was towards the end of the year, but
it was the tail end of the year anyway. So he's had 4 weeks to try and bring in players. I just think people aren't taking to him as much as what and Ange, because he doesn't show much emotion. See when he's interviewed in that, it's like, hey, like, because he's second language, so it's hard to take to somebody when they're not giving you that passion that you look for in Glasgow. You're wanting like.
Also, you don't know behind the scenes what Rangers and Celtic are like when it comes to budgets and transfers, because quite clearly Celtic have said to Ange, who do you want? And he's picked players that are within a budget and said, right, we'll get them. Whereas Ross Wilson's doing but it looks like he's doing all the transfers for Rangers. Do you know what I mean?
Ange, he's came for a market that's untapped.
So did Gio. He came for, he was in Japan.
Aye, but he's not had... Ange had the full summer there. So the Dutch league is more watched than the J League. Is that right? J League, is that what it was?
Aye.
Aye. But is there a global manager of the year award? Because if Celtic's already got one on the trophy, St Johnstone at the weekend, I don't think there's an easy game really, because it's so easy to drop your standards.
Aye.
Cause that's how Rangers have struggled this year. They're coming on the higher, beating Dortmund and playing Ross County away, and you're like that.
I know, because I was listening to the phone-in Super Scoreboard podcast, and they were there's a few callers come on, and they were talking about how if Celtic, one Celtic fan said, if Celtic win the treble this year, it's was it a treble or was it win the league? It was before the Old Firm anyway. Mm-hmm. And they said if Celtic win the league this year, it wasn't. It was if Rangers win the Europa League, it's the biggest achievement in football since Celtic won the European Cup in 1967. And then people are arguing about it, saying, well, if you look at it, let's be honest, they're 4 games away now. 4 games in Europe, that's quite a lot to even get to the final. But and then people, Celtic fans were kind of reversing it, saying, well, is our season, if we go in and win a domestic treble, considering where we started at the start of the year, where we lost 3 out of our first 6 games, we were fucking hopeless.
Ange out, hate Ange Ball. Ange Ball's a no-go. What are you thinking? You think Celtic will win the league, aye?
I think Celtic will win the league.
Can you hear me? How well can you hear me out of 10?
Oh, it's my headphones, mate.
Right, that's fine then.
The league's over, I think. Can you see us? Well, we're unbeaten.
Need a 9-point swing.
Aye.
Unbeaten in 12.
So, 32.
That's a lot more than 12, isn't it?
So Celtic need to drop points in 3, maybe 4 games because we've got the goal difference as well. So the goal difference is like an extra point, essentially. Unless we lose.
You know what I mean? So, is Ange got a really big shoe, the coolest manager ever at Celtic?
Big shoe.
And he's the biggest shoe with the biggest. He's just so cool, man.
I'm so glad that it's worked out for him, because straight away everybody just took to him. Just the way he conducts himself in all the interviews, and the way he deals with the media is just brilliant.
Mate.
When he calls you mate, you're like,
Kyogo. We seen Kyogo. Was it training? A few years. Yeah, mate. Can't do his accent. Can't do it. He was injured. He wasn't kidnapped. One of the best comebacks ever, man. You see when he done the Cy Ferry and that, with the open goal, managing the one thing, just so relaxed, so cool. He seems to. I don't know if he's maybe had a bit of a chip in his shoulder on that, because he's came, he got a bit of gripe. I think he understood the pressure. I think once you're in the big cauldron or the big boiling pot of Glasgow, and you kind of get that back was up a wee bit and a bit more tense, reserved. But when he had that interview with him, he was really chilled, and
I just get the impression that nothing phases him. Honestly, see sometimes when somebody says something and you can tell they're like, it's not quite what they're meaning. I just think everything he says, I'm like, oh, keep talking, keep telling me.
He's got this like one track mind, mate. And if you're no with him,
eat it.
You're no with him. You're out. You're gone. And if you don't want to play for him, then that's fine. I think he's just quite, well, that's fine, mate. Just go and find another club. That's how nothing phases him, because he knows he wants players playing 100% of the time, pushing forward, regardless if they're 2-0 up, 10-0 up, 2-0 down, 4-0 down. Just keep playing the way I want you to play. And he'll take all the dairy for it. So
just bear in mind at the start of the season, we still had players like fucking Edward, Christie, who everybody knew they wanted to leave.
But imagine he kept Edward. I don't really know. I can't imagine Edward doing the work.
He's not the type of player.
A luxury player, but Rogic is doing well.
Mate, Rogic that's probably his best season.
See when he scored that goal, do you think
did he celebrate?
I think he thought it was offside. I'm like, he's offside.
I thought it was offside as well, but no, I think it was just. I think Ange installs that in them to realise we're fucking 11 minutes into the game. Like, okay, we've scored, but because if you watched the celebration for the second goal,
mate, this was so tasty, man.
I've got one in the fridge, you know. Did you see celebration for the second goal?
Turned it off, mate.
Did you?
Yeah, no.
So when Carter Vickers scores, Rogic is at the corner of the screen, and he does this wee double jump, like pure, as if, we've scored. So, but Rogic is quite.
Why did Hino go on international duty?
Who? Rogic. He was injured.
Callum McGregor never played the second Scotland game in Austria.
Played the first game, but. Is this the conspiracy theories coming out?
This is
this is what happens. This is what the odd day.
The odd day.
The odd day.
Another pair away. 72, get your mortgage on it. We've went there half an hour, mate. It's only been half an hour.
We needed, we done a group bet for Old Firm, and we needed one thing to come in. What was it? Because we had Rogic to score. It was Callum McGregor. We needed Callum McGregor to have 2 shots on target. That was the only thing that never came in.
Big mask as all, man.
It's phenomenal, Barney.
I don't think so, mate.
Mate, come on, man. Right, here's the thing. Who's better, Ryan Jack or Callum McGregor?
I need to see the stats, mate. See stats. You can't sit here.
Oh, man. See, to be fair, I'm asking you who doesn't really watch Celtic play, do you?
Exactly,
So,
mate. I don't watch Rangers play much.
You're like, who's flying Jack?
Who's flying Jack? So, Man City, Liverpool the weekend. Who's going to win?
Liverpool.
Fucking love Liverpool, mate.
I just love Klopp, mate. Wherever Klopp goes, I will love that team.
God. See when he's wearing this big long Nike jacket now, like goes down to his ankles.
Big Arsene Wenger one.
He looks pure cool in it, right? I was driving down Dumbarton Road the other day and I saw a boy wearing it. I'm like, he's wearing a lassie's jacket. He's wearing a lassie's, look at this guy. And the boy in the van's like, well, that's the Nike jacket Klopp's wearing. I went, but is he on the sidelines at the weekend? I think it's only a jacket that a guy like Klopp can wear. Arsene Wenger used to get gripe for it, but I don't know what it is. Klopp looks cool.
Wenger get gripe for it because he couldn't zip up.
I remember that, aye.
Fucking hell, every game.
Who couldn't put a...
Balotelli. Couldn't put a bib on.
Aye.
Big dull baller.
I liked him, man.
So did that. Remember why it was me?
Aye.
Maybe it was the stories you used to hear about him. When he got to drive into a petrol station,
mate,
tell everybody to pull their thing out and he would just pay for it.
You get 20 minutes, I'm going to fill a race tank up. I remember I done that once, man. Shame there was named in a petrol station.
Aye, then you woke up.
No, there was named in a petrol station. Everybody fill their tanks up, man. Aye.
There was another one who he was at a casino apparently in Manchester and he'd won like fucking so many thousand or whatever and walked out and gave it to a homeless guy. You're like, don't know how true it is or how. He strikes me as the kind of person that probably would.
Seen a wee guy, dog in school. So that wee Dane, and he's like, seen he gets bullied or something, and they took him into their school and said, "Who's your bully?" And he said, "Leave him alone." And he's like, I don't know, mate. Maybe I'm making this wee bad. He's like, give him his number and say, if you get any troubles, just phone me. Used to leave his motor parked in double yellows all the time. Get towed away, just leave it. Just buy an album. Just mad stories. But once you hear one or two that are probably true, then all of a sudden people are making stories, aren't they?
But then
they jumped off the Shard, and then he bounced that far for London all the way to the Etihad. Right,
he scored a hat-trick. Aye, but do you think the league's over? Done?
No, mate, no.
Really?
Oh, there's games to be played, mate. Like, it's easy to go, right, well, we're unbeaten in 32. It doesn't matter, mate. You could win the first 30 games and lose your last 8. Like, I am being a pure optimist, but you might as well be an optimist.
So, of course, I would be as well, but if you think about it, so you can only go by what the performances have been like. So Celtic 32 games unbeaten. I've drew a few games as well. It's not as if I've won everyone, but it's more. Rangers need to get every single point for the last 5 games of the season, and Celtic need to drop 7 points.
It's unlikely. It's highly unlikely, mate.
Aye.
It's probably one of the quickest turnarounds in Scottish football history, because usually it's no the way it is. Usually, like Brendan Rodgers leaves, we have a team that are untouchable. Like when Martin O'Neill left, and they all 40 bits, and Rangers win the league 4 or 5 years in a row, and then that's when that manager leaves Rangers, and then Celtic take care, and then they've built a team, they've got a core.
It's all swings and roundabouts, isn't it?
Well, it's football, mate. We're not at a park. We're at a football park.
We're at a park.
Aye. See, whilst we're on this subject of football and that. See when you were a wee guy.
Mm-hmm.
When I was a wee guy, mate, I pure liked the wrestling, right?
I'm still a wee guy, mate.
You have never grown up. You're so Peter Pan. We need to wrap this up in 5 minutes, right? So whatever you've got that's good chat,
right,
get it to the front of your brain, right? Because I don't think this is that great. So when I was a wee guy, right, pure liked wrestling, like The Rock, Stone Cold, Triple H,
wrestling,
glory days, mate.
Yeah, good damn it.
Right, so I wasn't heavy into football. Still no heavy into football. Really enjoy it. Know a few players, tremendous, right? So my brain was hardwired for wrestling in a sense. Loved the computer games, right? So, see when it was like, the reigning champions Celtic, right? I had in my head, right, and I'm not even telling you a lie, I swear to God's honest truth, I thought a team like Rangers could take your pitch and call out, "We want Celtic FC on our park next week so we can get the championship."
Oh, you didn't.
I swear to God. Must have been about 7 or 8, mate. I didn't have a clue.
I just call it the champions, we
The
didn't.
champions, mate. Oh, that's how wrestling worked, mate. So how could it not? I mean, what would football be like if that was possible?
What age did you? There you go.
No, imagine you could do that. So, say, like, so Rangers, the
Spilled funds every week, can it?
Exactly. Well, you can't call it a champion 2 weeks in the trot, mate. It needs to have a rest, right? So every
Right.
second week, the championship's on the line.
Bad idea.
I mean, it's absolute bollocks. It's not going to work. It's not financially sustainable, but
I don't know, mate. The old firm would make a fortune off it.
highly entertaining,
What do you? Because I love the wrestling as well, and my brother. But I can't remember what age I was when I realised that it was all staged, it was all fake.
Oh,
And I can't remember if I stopped watching it because of that.
did I find out Santa was fake before wrestling, mate? That's what's going through my head. Who told me wrestling was fake? Mate, I think I found out Santa was fake before wrestling, to be honest.
For wrestling.
Aye.
How did you find out Santa was fake? I can tell you.
I don't know what happened, something primary 6 or something, primary 7. Really clung on to it, mate. I remember lying on the couch, and I was like that. Mum, she went, "What's up?" She knew there was obviously some sort of question coming because
My brain was rattling.
hardly ever gone, "Mum." And I went, "Is Santa real? Or do you get me all the presents?" No. Should I say 10 minutes ago, hold your ears, kids, because, you know, we're fucking huge in the kids demographic. She went, "No, he's not real." I went, "Right, okay. See you inside."
Devastated.
Tough to take, mate. Logically, you're asking a lot of one guy. You know what I mean?
Aye.
He's fighting a time zone and he's got a sled.
When you, obviously, when you think about it, it's fucking like how gullible are Wayne's.
Mate,
You could tell them anything.
hi, I got
Anything.
right, bed in 5 minutes. Right, okay. Been a good minute and a half. Right, that's your 5 minutes.
And you make up your own time zones, don't you?
Mate, kids can't tell the time, mate. I struggle sometimes. You can't tell the time. Brilliant.
I can't remember. I want to say it was my brother that told me about a spite one day, like probably been arguing or
I
something.
ask you, mate, that was pretty poor of me because I'm still a wee bit hurting there. Still watch all the movies and that.
I can't remember, but I've got a feeling it was. I'm sure Peggy will text me and let me know if she can remember.
These days. Aye. At least it wasn't it. Hey, it wouldn't be. Nobody's breaking poor Gavin's heart. Another funny man.
There you go.
Did you didn't watch the start of the Rangers game, didn't you know?
Braga.
Aye. The players coming out and all that. Did you watch that bit?
I had it on, but
So the main stands on the telly, players are lined up, big Europa League king and all that there.
was this the Rangers fans on the Braga end?
No,
No,
this was the
right, sorry.
Braga fans trying to get the word Braga.
Oh, right.
The R was lying like that. It's pure all over the place. Like, I don't know if that's how they write it, but it was pure sideways. I think they took the huff at one point. They're trying to reel it back in, so you just can't see it because it took pure raging. So I was watching that and I was pure laughing, and Paul went, "Do you know what really annoys me?" But they struggled to straighten out their R. And she went, "No. Why are they all wearing different boots? Why are they all, like, they're no uniformed?" I'm like, "Oh no. They should be all wearing
the army
boots." She's like, all the guys should be wearing the same boots. They're wearing the same tap, same shorts, same socks, same boots. I'm like, money's different, isn't it? Somebody's getting paid money to wear their boots.
In the 50s, aye. But
Aye.
because there was only one boot, probably. Big leather fuckers.
Aye. Big beetle crushers. I'm still laughing at that. I'm like, geez, you just don't get it, man.
Yeah, I love. There's nothing funnier than seeing like fans. Have you seen the work that goes into putting down these big banners for the Old Firm specifically?
Mate, I watched a Dortmund, the Dortmund fans making, because they were, I think they'd like really kicked it off. It's always a thing, that whole the yellow stand and bringing up the
yellow wall, innit?
Yellow wall, sorry. Bringing up mad mental things. But the Rangers one at the weekend was great if we won, but Celtic, obviously not a Celtic fan, but it should be a big banner at the weekend, the next home game, saying, "Is it I?" Tremendous, man. That'd be outstanding.
But it's just, see, you always think in hindsight, like, don't say a fucking word. See people on Twitter and all that as well, like, we're going to absolutely skip. Like, don't say a word until the game's done and you've won. Don't say a fucking word, because it always comes back to bite you.
Bite you now, 100%.
Always.
It's good to have optimism.
Aye.
Deep in the world.
Aye. Just keep it inside your wee fucking pea head.
Oh. Get a pea head that you're getting a bit angry.
Just one Rangers fan on Twitter, mate. He's got to me. Your first skeleton through them, didn't you? Like that. That
was just that one.
Oh, was it just the one? Oh, right,
it's a big bottle though. It's size of me.
I've got one of the big Leffe blondes.
I've got 4 other big different beers. I've got 4 different ones.
Love how you whispered that there.
Because we're going to go and play the computer. And other thing, right? This is a mad conundrum, right? I don't quite understand this.
Right.
This came to me months ago, right? I've wrote this down, so it's probably a mad drunk thing. And I thought, fuck it, I'll just say it anyway. And reading it doesn't even make sense because I don't know.
Did you write it first?
I still don't really get it, right? I still don't understand it. I'm going to say it now. So see, like your cutlery, it's made of
silver.
Oh, how we living?
I don't know. I just think silverware. I don't know. That's fucking trophies, isn't it?
We're living well. It's made of silver or metal, right? Metal.
Oh, right, metal, aye. Sorry. Right.
So all your plates, bowls, side plates are made of
ceramic.
Why is that? Whose fault? We should differentiate. We should have these as metal and these as ceramic. Why is?
Have you looked it up?
No.
Oh, right, okay. So this is just a debate topic.
It's written there.
Right.
It's written under it.
I could only, well, if you think about, right, see if you're at a big a banquet, right?
Oh, we're living well again.
I've never been to a banquet, but see if you're at one of them, right?
Buffet. I'd have said buffet.
No, but buffet, I think they be foil trays. Do you know what I mean? It's not quite. Aye, the ones you get all your pakora in. So, can you imagine eating your dinner off of one of these big metal plates with metal cutlery? Just think maybe it doesn't seem right because we don't do it, but it just seems weird. Maybe it's magnetic, mate. Maybe the cutlery sticks to the plate if they were metal.
Maybe. It was just, maybe it cost more money to have everything.
That's probably more realistic and logical.
I didn't really get any deep thought of it, but I just had it written there and I thought, fuck, I'll throw it there. Then I can delete it and get it under me. It wouldn't be nice to cut things on though. Yeah,
no.
Even
imagine the noise.
See when you cut something and people make that scrapey noise. Oh, get out. Leave. Keep going. I picked up this, but I'll show you now.
Show me it.
I'll not see you on the computer because it's just voices on the computer. Oh no, this is a different one. It says Warsteiner.
Warsteiner.
It says naturally brewed according to German purity law. But this one, it was that one. I want to show you this one.
Fancy.
Have you seen these in the shop?
No.
And
did you get these Sainsbury's?
Aye. And in Sainsbury's, and I saw that one. I've seen it before, and I thought, Aye. Anyway, if you've made it this far the podcast, thanks very much.
Thanks very much.
Jordan's gig.
Aye. I gave a wee shout. When's that? The April 23rd. Saturday 23rd, isn't it? SWG3. Buy tickets online. Actually, we'll stick the link to buy tickets in the description.
Aye.
That's what we'll do.
Aye. So I'm trying to figure out I'm going to get you the actual date of it. I know we've pure lost momentum with that whole plug there. That was really good.
I'm sure it is. This is 23rd.
23rd of the 4th, aye.
8 o'clock, is it?
Still G3. Doors open. No, it's £8 a ticket.
£8. I knew there was an 8 somewhere.
Aye. You got a ticket yet, Gav?
No, I'll get one.
You're a fanny. See, when you buy a ticket, post it online, tag it, hashtags
Arcade State.
Kenny's the best.
Right, pleasure.
Next week. See you later.
Next week.
Oh,
See
we'll
you
get
later.
our best to make this weekly. Probably, don't hold your breath. See you in quarter 4.
That's you.
See you later, mate.
Bye-bye.